like I've got the puzzle loaded, so let's see if we can solve this puzzle out. Make sure I didn't toss anything up. Nope, okay. All right, I got a 2 here. One of these two is going to be 2. One of these two is going to be a 2. Actually, one of these 3. We got 2 possibilities here, so this is going to be a 2. And this will be a 2 as a result. Over here, we've got 4 possibilities there, 2 possibilities here. So that's not going to be doing much in the way of good. So how about other numbers? It's 3 here. Does that come up with anything useful? Well, we've got one of these two is going to be a 3, so one of these two will be a 3. That means that this can't be a 3, this can't be a 3, so we have these two to be a 3. 3 possibilities here. And 6 possibilities there. 4 here. Nope, 2 here. One of these two will be a 3. One of these 3 will be a 3. Not a lot of use. Oh, that here makes that into a 3. So we've got 2 here, these 2, 2 here. 4 here. Or no, 3 here. We'll see. Okay, 4s. I don't think I'm going to get much from the way of 4s. One of these two is a 4. I got 4 possibilities up here, 3 here, in 2 different ways. 4 here, 4 here, 3 here. Okay, nothing useful. 5s, and we've got 2 possibilities for a 5 here. 2 possibilities here. There's a 5. That changes this to a 5. Now we're down to this one becomes a 5. One of these two will be a 5. I got 3 possibilities here, and I've got 2 possibilities here. We'll come back to those. All right, how about 6s? We've got a 6 here. That looks like not quite the only one on the board. We got another one here. I got 4 possibilities here, 3 here, and 2 up here, 3 down here, 4 here. Mentioned those 4, 5 here. So not a lot of use out of the 6s. 7s. Got 2 possibilities for 7 there, 2 here, 2 here. And let's see, top row is filled, bottom row is empty at the moment. I've got 2 possibilities here, here, and 5 possibilities here. 2 possibilities in this one. So we're not getting anything further there. I've got 3 8s in the middle row. That gives me 2 possibilities for an 8 here, 3 here, 4 possibilities here, 4 over here, 5 here looks like, and 3 possibilities here. 3 possibilities for a 9 there. We get a fill of a 9 down here. One of these will be a 9. One of these 4 will be a 9. I've got 2 possibilities here and here. Oh, well. Okay, back to 1s. I've got 1 1 on the board. So one of these will be a 1. Yeah, 4. Basically, outside of this square, this square, this square, and this square, everything's available as a 1 until I start actually getting them in place. All right, and we've already been through the 2s. The only thing I've got left really is to start marking for them So for example, we've got 4 possibilities here for 2, 2 possibilities here, 2 possibilities here, and that's it for 2s. 3s, we've got 2 possibilities here, 3 here. 3s in this first row are all populated. We've got 2 possibilities here, which means that one of these will be well, actually it does tell me that's going to be a 3. That's going to be a 3. We got some more 3s. And now we're down to 3 possibilities for 3 here. Still have 6 possibilities here and 3 possibilities here. Does that change anything else? Well, let's looking at this. I've got at this row here, well, and both this row and this row, column, I should say. We've got a 1. You can go in either of these 2 places. 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like the other number that's missing is a 6. This can't be a 6, so it's going to be 1. Can't be a 6 because that one is a 6. That makes this into a 6. Over here, we've got, again, a 1 in one of these 2 places. 2, 3. Looks like the other option is a 4. And nothing's really stopping 4 in either of those either. So, up here, we've got a 1 and a 4. It means I've got 5, looks like 6 and 8 are going to go into this square or cell and this cell, and nothing is limiting either of those. How about down here? I've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so 6 and 7 here, and that can't be a 7. This could be though, so don't have anything really stopping those. One of these 2 will be a 7. Nothing really restricting 6s there. So got this one restricting 6 here. So 6 is going to be one of these 3. 7 will be one of these 2. 6 and 7 here. What does that mean for the rest of these? Well, we've got 1. Already identified 1 and 4 up here. So one of these 3 can be a 4 as well. These 2 can be a 4. Any of these can be a 1. One of these 2, top and bottom here, can be a 3. We got a 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 in or elsewhere in the square, so those not a lot more help. All right, let's start going through the clumsy marking. Nope, that's not it. Clumsy marking is not. Why is the roll? I see what's going on. I got to back things out here. Clear. No, I do need the 8 there. What's wrong? I haven't started the timer. And does that match? I'm looking over next to this. I do have the puzzle clue. All right, now this should be, give me a single solution. It does. All right. Now we can go through and we can start marking things up. one of these will be a 2. One of these two is going to be a 2. So that's a 2. That makes that a 2. One of these is going to be a 2. One of these two is going to be a 2, and I've got 4 possibilities for a 2 there. All right. 3. Now the reason I think this is going to be a no, one of these two is going to be a 3 is take a look at this. This says none of these 3 can be a 3. Therefore, 3 is going to be one of these 2. So this one down here says it can't be here, so this is going to be a 3. Now, one of these 2 is going to be a 3. So this can't be. One of these 2 will be. But that doesn't help me enough here until we've got something else to narrow that down a little bit. All right. So otherwise, we've got 4 possibilities here, 2 here, 3 here, 6 possibilities here, 4 here, and like I say, 4 here. All right, 4s. One of these two is going to be a 4. Don't have anything helping that. 4 possibilities for a 4 here, 4 possibilities here, 3 possibilities here, 4 there, 4 here, 2 here. Okay. Not useful. 5. One of these two is going to be a 5, because I can't put one here. It's got to come in here. One of these 2 will be a 5. This becomes a 5. This becomes a 5. I've got a 5 going in here because of that there. And this one becomes a 5 because of both of these 2 as well. All right, so like I've got 5s all over the place now. How about 6s? One of these 2 is going to be a 6. Means one of these 2 will be a 6. This one blocking. Got 5 possibilities for a 6 here. Looks like I've got 2 possibilities here, 3 possibilities here, and a bunch of possibilities here. 4 of them. All right, so let's look at 7s. One of these 2 will be a 7. One of these 2 will be a 7. One of these 4 will be a 7. One of these 2 is going to be a 7. And that's it for 7s. 8s. An 8 here, and an 8 here, and an 8 here. So 4 possibilities for 8 there, 2 here, and 3 possibilities here. Over here, I've got 3 possibilities. I've got 3 possibilities here, and I've got 5 possibilities here. 9s. Well, there's a 9 down here. One of these 2 will be a 9. One of these 4 will be a 9. One of these 3 will be a 9. I've got 3 possibilities for 9 here. How about 1s? We have the 1, 1 over here. We are at the point now where I'm going to start earmarking, as I started to do, to discover that I hadn't been in the play mode yet. All right, how about 2s? I've got 2 possibilities here, 4 possibilities here, 2 possibilities here, and that's it for 2s. We've got the 2 possible 3s here, 2 possible 3s here. Neither of these can be a 3, that can't be a 3, so that's a 3, which means this is a 3, that can't be a 2. For some reason not, because that one can't, it says it can't be a 2. That makes this into a 2. Neither of these can be a 2, that means one of these 2. Oh, wait, no. Back here. That's the other possibility. All right. Looking back at 3s, I've got possibilities here. Here we've got 3 possible 3s. Here we've got possible 3s, and that's it for 3. 4s, we've got these. Nope. 3 possibles for 4 here, 2 up here. That narrows this down to 2. This becomes a 4. And let's see, here we've got 3 possibilities and 4 possibilities up here. Except that, yeah, this one can't be a 5s. I believe 5s are all set. Yep. 6s. One of these is going to be a 6. Back to here. That makes this one a 6. Now we've got 3 possibles up there. Possibles here. One of these 2 will be a 6. One of these 2 will be a 6. And that means I've got 4 possibilities here. All right. 7s. One of these is going to be a 7. One of these will be a 7. And these will be a 7. And we've got lots of options for 7s here. 8s. 8s are filled in the center column. Got 2 possible places for an 8 here. Looks like I've got 4 possibles here. 3 over here. 5 possibles here. 3 possibles here. And over here I've got 3 possibles. And now we're down to 9. So we've got a 9 here, another one up here, one here. One of these 3 will be a 9. One of these 3 will be a 9. I got a 9 here, a 9 here. That means one of these 2 will be a 9. One of these 4 will be a 9. I've got 3 possibilities for a 9 here. 3 here. All right, and we can clean up a little bit since I've got a pair here of 4 1s. Neither this one nor this one can be a 1. Looks like I get a 1 here. So that one can't be a 1. 7, 6 in the middle here, so none of these can be a 6 or a 7. 4, 6, and 8 up here. 4, 1, 4, 8, 1, 4, 7, 8. We've got a 9, 3, and a 6 possible ones that are going to be used. Oh, potentially useful. Wait a minute, well, I've got a standalone 3 here. Let's check that. Below 1 and above 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So yes, this is a 3. Clean up some 3s now. And I've got, oh, nope. Okay. For some reason, I thought this was an 8-9, not a 4-8-9. That would have made this into a 4. Not so much. Okay, it might end up being a 4 yet, but not a given. Okay. Putt time. Maybe. Yep. Let's go with a 1 here. A 4 here as a result, as well as a 4 here. 1, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. So this is 3. Not a 4 here, not a 4 here. Ah, 1, 6, 1, 6. This one's not going to be a 1 for some reason. Why not? I don't have a good reason for that not to be a 1. Yeah. There might be a good reason. One thing is, this is going to be a 1. Because this can't be. This can't be. This is the only thing left. So we can clean up 2 1s. And this one. That one should have been cleaned up a long time. It was cleaned up. Seeing numbers that are not there. Not good. Although it's better than the not seeing numbers that are. And we got an 8, 6 here and here. So can't be 8 or 6 here. I've now got a 7, 6, 7, 8, 8, 6. So we can clean out the 7 and the 8 over here. That makes this into a 9. This becomes a 3. So not a 9, not a 9. This becomes a 9, not a 9 here. 7, 6, 6, 7, 8. And let's clean some of this stuff up here. And wherever we've got some spray stuff. So we got an 8 and a 6 now cleaning out the top row. Not an 8 here. Not a 6 here or here. And not down here either. That was a 6 there. So now I've got a 1, 2, 1, 2, which doesn't really help me much. Over here we've got the standalone 4. And yep, it can't be the 8, and that's the only other thing missing in the column. That hadn't, there's a earmark that wasn't marked. Now it's been marked. And we can clean up some other stuff. We got a 1 here. And that looks like is a good match to fill out the rest of the row. And now I've got a 9, 9, 3 there. Not an 8, that becomes a 1 there, so not a 1 here or here. This becomes a 1, not a 1 here, that becomes a 9, not so much. Ah. So it's not a 1 there. I am not sure that that's going to be a 9 though. It's going to be a 4, can't be 4. This one's going to be a 4. 2, 7. Oh, that one can't be a 7 either. So I picked the wrong digit at some point back here, where I had a choice. Where I punted with 4-1 at the top, I think it was, or in the top row. Should have had the mouse pointer pointing at it. There we go. It was right here I had placed a 1. So now I'm going to place 4 there. Put the 1 here. Clean up the 1s down here. This is a 2, 4, 3, and 1. Clean up the 1s over here. That becomes a 1 there. Now I've got lots more 1s to clean out. Now 4 that we can remove. Looks like I've got some 2s to clean up here now. So 6, 7, 6, that's still good. Not a 1 there though. Here, that makes this into a 1. Not a 1 there. That turns that into a 1. Okay. Not 1, not 1. All right. 8, 6, 4, 6, 4, 8. 8, 6 here. So let's clean out the 8, 6 here. We got a 7, 9, 7, 9 pair now. 7, 6, 7, 6 pair. 7, 9, 2, 7, 9, 2 with 7, 9. Looks like I've got a standalone 3 here. 7, 8, 7, 6, 7, 6. That 3 cleans out that one. And that becomes a 3 there. All right. And it looks like we get to punt again. So I've got an 8-6 combination here. Let's put the 6 in here. And let's mark or set the pointer at that so that I can come back to it if it turns out that's not a good option. There's a 1 and a 4 here, 9 and 6 as a result. And that's not a good option. Okay, so let's change that 6 into an 8. That turns that into a 6. And let's go down to the bottom here. This becomes a 6 as well. This becomes an 8. This becomes a 6 and an 8. This becomes a 4 and a 6. Got a 7, 9 pair we're going to leave alone. This becomes a 7, 6 pair. 9 here. That's not a 7, 8. It was a 7, 9. So now that's cleared up. We got a 7, 2 pair here. And this becomes the 8. 1 here. That breaks that. So let's go back to that 4-1 combination that we started with, and let's skip that and let's jump in here. So I've got an 8-1-4, an 8-1, and a 4-8. One of the things I like doing with these is let's set first or the one with the maximum of them as in the number that is the most frequent. Gets me a few things there. So now I've got a 9-4, 9-4, 3, 9-3, not a 4 here. All right. Not an 8 here or here or 6 here. That turns this into a 7. I've got a 6 over here, and that's breakage. So that 8 is not an 8. And this does not include the possibility I've got something else broken. The reason I like doing that, though, is that it prevents me, or it forces me to figure out which of the others to try first. I'm going to go with this 8-1 with an 8. And then we'll try a 4 over here and a 1. That means I now can 6 here, 8. Not a 4, so 6 1 6 1. Clean up the 6 and 1s here, and that turns, nope, that does not turn that into a 4 or 9. A 1 here, not a 1 here, not a 1 or a 6 here, not a 1 here, not an 8, not an 8. Okay, not an 8 here. 8 or 9 here, 7 or 8 here, 6 here, 7, 8, 9, 6, not a 9, not a 9, not a 9, 7, 2 pairs, turns that into a 3. This becomes a 9, becomes a 1. I've got an 8 here, 7 here, 1 6 now, 6 1 6, 1 8, 1 8 6. All right, up to things that were earmarked as no longer viable there. Clean out that 8 there as well. 9 becomes no longer 9. Comes in group. Okay. Back to that 8-1 again. And now we go to the other option. And we'll turn that into an 8. That turns this into a 1. And this becomes a 4. 9 up here. 8 up here. And 6 3s in as the rest of the ones in the square, meaning this is a 1, this is a 4, this is a 6. 1 here, 6 or 8 here, 6 here, 8 and 1 here. 7 9 pair, that becomes a 7, so this becomes a 9 7 here. 6 here, 7 8 3 9 2 pair. The 7s clean up. 6 2 pair, that means this is a 1. Not a 1, not a 1, not a 1. So 2 here, 4 here, and 3 here. 4 and 1. This becomes a 6 and a 3 here. That makes this one a 6. It becomes a 2, 7 and 1. That becomes a 9 now with a 2 there. 9 here, 8 here, and to finish it, we get a 4 here. 23 minutes and 18 seconds to complete the entire puzzle. I do hope you had a good time with this. I know I did. That was a little interesting. That couple of dry holes to dig down that did not work out well. That does happen at times. So I will see you again tomorrow, I hope.